Welcome to our weekly University of Rio Grande OSU South Center's collaboration podcast show. We are here at the University of Rio Grande TV studio. Not only are we doing the live internet radio through Blog Talk Radio, but also live on Jackson Educational Access Channel. Our podcasts are archived on our TV broadcast and is placed on YouTube for viewing and listening again and again. Our mission is simple. It's to promote the University of Rio Grande and its diverse educational programs, promote the Ohio State University South Centers and its many business technology programs, and finally promote Southern Ohio, a great place to live, learn, and enjoy life to its fullest. I am Jason Winters, Director of the Center for Small Business Entrepreneurship, and with me today are Mike Thompson, Instructional Design and Media Services Director. Both of us are with the University of Rio Grande. Also, Patrick Dengel is in the studio with us. He is a Business Development Specialist with the OSU South Centers, and Kimberly Roush could not be with us today, but she is nonetheless part of our podcast show. Pat, why don't you introduce our special guest?
I will be glad to. It's always a pleasure to have individuals from the Southern Ohio, Southeastern Ohio come in with a wide variety of background. And today we have Bob Smith. Bob Smith has a history in the radio, TV, broadcasting. But Bob also is the director of the Chamber for Lawrence County, Chamber of Commerce. But Bob's going to be talking a little bit about the importance of chambers of commerce, an overview of Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce and its mission, some of the Lawrence County Chamber events that are coming up, Jason, the importance of public relations in communities, and why memberships to a Chamber of Commerce is so important to all businesses. So I welcome you, Bob. It's great having you on our podcast show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm delighted to be here and to be a part of this. And what a beautiful drive. Man, this is a day to get outside.
That is true.
I saw all of the Bradford pears and the red buds, and they're blooming. And it was just a great drive up here from my office in South Point, Ohio.
Well, that's a nice thing about Southern Ohio. It's just a
really
very
nice.
Pleasant place to live.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was born and raised in Huntington, West Virginia, and that's where I received my education. I'm a graduate of Marshall University, majoring in broadcast journalism. I started out in business, but when I started flunking math courses, they said, maybe this is not for you. So I switched to broadcasting through the encouragement of a teacher. Elaine Novak was her name, and she encouraged me to get into broadcasting, started working part-time at radio stations in Huntington. And then after I graduated, Uncle Sam called me and said, I need you. And I didn't particularly want him, but I had to go there for a couple of years. And then after I got out of the Army, I started working at radio stations at various places. And one of those places was in Logan, West Virginia. And I worked there, jack of all trades, for about 4 years. Then I got into television and started working at Channel 13, WOWK. Way back then, it was first called WHTN. Then it changed its call letters in 1974 to WOWK. I left there in '86, started working at WSAZ Television, and I worked there as a news anchor for 10 years, and I resigned in 1996. Done a lot of other things after that.
And one of those things was also teaching at Ohio University.
I taught broadcast journalism for 1 year at Ohio University Southern in Ironton.
Very good.
Yes.
And do you still teach?
Nope, no teaching right now.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Perhaps in the near future.
Who knows? I've flunked retirement 4 times, so we'll find out.
Well, retirement is only for old people.
Oh, is that what that's for?
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Okay, all right.
But also, you're the director for the Chamber of Commerce in Lawrence County. And how did you get involved in that?
A man by the name of Dr. Bill Dingus got me involved in that. He also hired me at Ohio University in Ironton, Southern, because he saw me walking through the halls one day, and I had been teaching for about a year. And he walked up to me and said, "You're just the man I'm looking for." And we were getting ready to start a bicentennial campaign. It was a fundraising campaign for the university. The goal was to raise $200 million for the overall university and regional campuses. And of course, my job was to raise money for the Southern Campus. And our goal was $5 million. So I worked there for about 6 years and came very close to my goal. We raised $4.98 million in about 6 years.
That is fantastic.
For the Southern Campus.
That is fantastic.
So I did that, and then after I resigned from Ohio University Southern, Bill Dingus had since resigned and had worked for the Chamber of Commerce. And so after I had left Ohio University Southern, he asked me if I'd be interested in coming to the Chamber. So I did that as well. So I'm following him wherever he goes. So I'm not sure where he's going next, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you know, the Chamber of Commerce, the Lawrence Economic Development Corporation, houses a number of different organizations. You know, some of them are what?
Yeah, it's an umbrella. There's a huge umbrella of agencies. Bill Dingus is the overall executive director of the Greater Lawrence County Area Chamber of Commerce. And then there are several arms. I am one arm, which is the Chamber of Commerce. And then the other arms are the Lawrence County Economic Development Corporation, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Southern Ohio Procurement Outreach Center, and the Point Industrial Park. So there are a lot of agencies under this one huge umbrella. Mm-hmm. A lot of people working in the same office. And what's really neat about the whole organization is the fact that when there is a project to be done, everybody swoops to that project to make sure it gets done. And it's a real teamwork effort there at the Chamber.
Yes, it is. I've had an opportunity to be there on a number of different occasions. And I know everyone has their own specific responsibilities, but it is very true. When you work together, then you can accomplish a great deal. And usually, who's in the middle of all the work but Janie?
Janie Payne. She is the inspiration of the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, she is.
We all love her, and she means so much to us, and she'll do anything for anybody at any time.
That's right. And she's in her contract that she can never leave, die, or go to another job.
That's what I understand. She's there forever.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. No, but you have a great staff down there. And
it was even good when you came down occasionally.
Well, fortunately, you didn't lock the doors when I was coming up.
No,
but it's a great group of people.
It is, absolutely.
Very positive individuals. And one of the things that you have is the industrial park. Care to share just a minute or two on what the industrial park is all about? And
sure. The Point, and I don't want to be redundant here or say something that I shouldn't say, but and no puns here. But Jeremy Clay is the point man for the Point. He is the manager of the Point, and he's just done a wonderful job of getting new businesses to come in there. As a matter of fact, we just had a groundbreaking yesterday for a 6,000 square foot building. It's a spec building that's going to be going up there at the Point. When I say spec building, that is short for speculative, because we have no idea who is going to be locating there right now. We just put up the building. It's like the Field of Dreams movie, build it and they will come. So we're putting up these spec buildings knowing that businesses will want to locate there.
Well, as a matter of fact, this is your fourth spec building,
actually,
is it not?
The fifth, actually.
The fifth, wow.
Yeah. So, again, 6,000 square feet. It's going to mean new jobs for the area. Right now, the industrial park has 9 businesses located there with about 250 jobs. So with this new building going in, it's going to be more jobs and more good things for the economy for Southern Ohio.
What kind of businesses are located there?
Well, we got a mailing business. We've got applied technology. We have R&W Supply. It's kind of like they supply tools to area businesses. Those are some of the kinds of businesses we have. Liebert is there. Liebert manufactures these huge refrigeration units. Their main office is in Ironton, but they're just now located at the Point. So those are some of the businesses that are located there.
You have been involved in various different businesses, not only in your newscast days, your broadcast days, but you have also been a very strong supporter of community. we cannot exist without our business, obviously.
Mhm.
You know, we live in a commerce society. Tell us what is unique about Chamber of Commerce's.
I'll tell you this. There was a marketing research project done, just a few years ago. It was an Atlanta marketing firm, and they did this research on businesses who belong to chambers of commerce. And the results of that research were absolutely astounding when it comes to the importance that a chamber of commerce plays in a local community. Because the results showed that if you walk into a business and you see a chamber of commerce plaque, that business belongs to a chamber of commerce, that person is much more likely to think more highly of that company. And they are much more likely to buy from a business who belongs to a chamber of commerce. So the results of that project are very telling. And I think with our chamber, we have about 350 businesses now who belong to the chamber. This includes nonprofits and churches as well. We do have a few larger businesses, but the vast majority of the members of the Chamber of Commerce are the smaller businesses, say 1 to 5 employees perhaps. But when you walk into those businesses and you see that chamber plaque, it says a lot of things about that business.
I've also noticed that with Lawrence County, you're very active in helping those businesses be a part. For instance, you have a couple upcoming events, but one of the things that I really like about your chamber is every fourth Friday, do you not have a lunch? One of the things that I found this to be very true, there's no assigned seats or anything. First come, first serve.
First come, first served, right?
And you are sitting amongst other business people. Some of them, this is their first time. Others, many different times, and you get to talk. One time I was sitting there with insurance agents, a real estate agent, a retail store, and we were just talking about various different kinds of things, and it allowed people to tell a great deal about the chambers.
Yeah, that's the main thing about our opportunities that we give to the businesses throughout the area, and that's the opportunity to network. I think if you say one thing about a Chamber of Commerce event, that is the one thing you want to talk about is networking, giving the people an opportunity to hand out a business card, to make a business contact, try to even to sell their product. But it's a great opportunity for these people to get to know people, other people in the community, and that's exactly what we're there for. So this event, next event we have is this Friday. It's a fourth Friday luncheon. It's going to be at the Ohio University Proctorville Center. And we have a lady from the Ohio Attorney General's office coming down to be with us. Her name is Manalot James, and she's with the Consumer Protection Division, and she's going to be talking about consumer fraud. So that's just one of the things. Many times we will show videos. We will, beforehand, before the luncheon, we will take videos of a business and show that video, just kind of like a 1 or 2 minute commercial for that video. We offer door prizes, various and sundry other things that give people an opportunity to come and enjoy a good meal and have some good networking as well.
And networking is so important.
Yeah.
And all the different businesses that come there, you also have one of the very first events. A lot of other counties have copied off of you, and that's going to Columbus as a group. Mm-hmm. For those of you who are unfamiliar, it's called Legislative Day.
Absolutely, that's right.
There's around how many businesses usually go there?
Well, the number of people usually numbers close to 100 people, and many of those people go on a chartered bus. We meet at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. It's going to be May 17th this year, and we'll meet at the Ironton Hills Plaza at 7 a.m., catch the bus, and we will go to Columbus. And we get there about 10 o'clock, and immediately many of the legislators will greet us, but we will right away break into what we call breakout sessions, and this covers topics like transportation and health, things like that, the economy. We'll do the breakout sessions, and then we'll break, and around noon we'll have a wonderful lunch in a beautiful place the Capitol Atrium. I don't know whether you've ever been there or not,
Oh, yes.
but it's just a really nice location for a luncheon. And we have that, and we usually have a keynote speaker. Many times we'll go for state officials or officials from different departments. But we have senators and governors and lieutenant governors and people like that who will be our keynote speakers at those luncheons. We get back around 4 o'clock, make a day out of it.
Well, it's one of the best, and I think, as I said before, a lot of counties really liked what you all have done on that, and I think Gallia County does it.
Not sure. But it gives everybody an opportunity to meet
Yes.
and greet with their legislators.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
it's a good thing for them.
And every year you have a spotlight on specific businesses. You recognize certain businesses at an annual meeting.
We have our annual awards dinner. That's usually in October. And we hand out numerous business awards to businesses who have accomplished quite a bit the previous year. And we do a business of the year. We do a business person of the year. We do a community servant of the year. Several business awards like that. And it's just a great, prestigious thing that we do every year for our annual awards dinner.
I've been to some, and the food is delicious.
It
we
is.
can always tell how great an event is by the food.
Well, it's a very popular event because we've been averaging 225 people at these awards dinners.
Yes, yes. And you have some other events coming up?
We have something called Biz for Breakfast that we do. This is a 1-hour seminar held in the morning, and we usually feature a speaker who is an expert on various topics throughout the area. This is co-sponsored with a law firm in Huntington, Huddleston Boland. They have been very cooperative in helping us get this started. Biz for Breakfast is what it's called. We have Business After Hours. We do these on a quarterly basis. Our next one is going to be at Community Hospice in the city of Ironton. That's coming up. And, of course, various and sundry other luncheons and programs like that.
When should many times we get individuals that are expressing an interest in starting a business. Sometimes we have struggling brand new businesses.
You know more about that than I do.
When should they join the chamber? When should a business join or consider joining a
Well, you know what? That just depends on the business. Many times we'll find out that a business is started in the Ironton area, and we'll contact that business, and they'll want to join the chamber right away. Other businesses like to get their feet on the ground a little bit and get going, maybe have a soft opening and then maybe a grand opening later on. And somewhere in that time period, we'll get with them and give them the applications and all the information they need to know. And through that, many times they'll join the chamber.
You know, I've had several business individuals say, well, it's too expensive. I can't afford that. What's your thought on that?
That's an absolute falsehood. That's not true. It's based on the number of employees, usually. And the minimum fee right now is $165 a year.
Wow, that much.
For all the events that we have going on, all the different activities we have going on, that is a steal. Of course, the larger institutions will pay a little bit more than that, but that's
Sure.
the minimum. One to five employees pays the $165. Then we have a special rate for nonprofits. They pay $100. Retirees pay $75. Are you in the retiree position yet, or are you? You're not.
Some people think I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, you might be eligible for the $75 rate if you join the chamber.
You know, I was just commenting. You know, you're getting at that retirement age when you receive internet emails and letters asking if I need a scooter from the scooter store.
Oh, I see.
So,
I haven't received one of those yet.
well, what could I say? I guess I'm fortunate on that. You know, let's talk a little bit about public relations, and this goes to small businesses, it goes to large businesses, it goes to organizations. We seem to be inundated with nothing but marketing and advertisement. For instance, you go on television, and between movie scenes or show scenes, you have 5-6 minutes worth of commercials. turn on your radio, 5-6 minutes worth of commercials, billboards, and internet. And most individuals do not understand the difference between marketing and advertisement. And public relations falls into that marketing. What has been your secrets to success when it comes to public relations? And then I'll tell you what I've seen. That
As far as the chamber is concerned?
Yeah.
I think it's just the overall picture that we present to the public. You know, a lot of agencies will maybe do 1, 2 things to get their message across, but ours is a message of just a collaboration of many events and things going on around us. So I think it's just getting the picture out, getting the message out in many different ways. And as I've already mentioned, that's through a different variety of activities that we have going on. But personally, I just like to call on people one-on-one. That's how most of the members of our chamber, most of the new members of the chamber have come on board, is through one-on-one contact. And I think that's the best public relations you could ever have, is that one-on-one contact. Many times we will do public relations activities during some of the luncheons, the business after hours, the biz before breakfast activities. Those kinds of activities once again gives us that opportunity to really get our picture and our message out.
A couple of things that I've noticed with your chamber and some of the other, Gallia Chamber of Commerce and Sada County and Pike and Jackson, is that they get their members involved as much as possible. You are the director, but I believe you have a president.
We have a board, a chamber board.
A chamber board, and that they meet talking about recruitment and setting the mission and the vision.
We usually meet 1 hour before our luncheons. The chamber board meets, and we have an agenda planning the different events coming up. Right now, the president of our chamber is a man by the name of Ron Eastham, and he is the owner of Eastham & Associates, is a surveyor firm there in Chesapeake, Ohio. He is the president of our board. We have president, 2 vice presidents, treasurer, secretary, and we, again, have a chamber board made up of about 15 people usually, and the board makes the decisions on which direction we're going to be going. One of the major things we have to plan right now for is the Spotlight Dinner coming up in May. That's going to be May 24th. We have a gentleman by the name of Mark McVeigh, who is a Huntington native, and he is has starred on Broadway, many productions. Right now he's touring the country in a production called Les Mis, which is a very popular Broadway play. So he's touring the country right now. He has agreed to be our entertainment for our Spotlight Dinner May 24th. So he's flying in from Texas the day of our event to perform that night, and it's going to be at Ironton High School. I don't know whether you've had the opportunity or not, but Ironton High School has an excellent new high school and auditorium or theater. It's state-of-the-art. It rivals the Paramount Arts Center in Ashland, Kentucky. I'm telling you, it's really neat. And Mark McVeigh is going to be there for our guest singing and entertainment. We're trying to get the Ironton Varsity Singers to do a pre-show. That's a possibility. So we're looking at that. And we'll have a very nice catered dinner before the Spotlight Dinner. So it's going to be a nice evening on May 24th.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Is there any challenges you see working in a Chamber of Commerce in this area?
No, I don't think. Well, anything you do is going to be somewhat of a challenge, but I have just welcomed this opportunity to work for the Chamber because the people are so good to work with. And of all the people that I've asked to be a Chamber member, the number of no's I can count on my fingers, because it's been, the old saying is, you don't get anything if you don't ask. A lot of these people have never been asked to be a Chamber of the Member of Commerce. And so I asked them, and they said, yes, we will do it. We will become a member. And the challenge is just to get out and have enough time to do it. I'm a part-timer. I work about 3 days a week. So the challenge, I guess, is to fit all that into 3 days' work. But getting out and meeting these people and asking them to become chamber members it's just been a really nice experience for me.
So is that mainly what you do, is recruitment and then maybe event planning?
Event planning and recruitment. Those are the 2 main responsibilities that I have. Absolutely. Yep.
And what would be the benefits of a very small business to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce?
What we've already talked about really is just getting to know people, networking,
Okay.
contacting other businesses. I'm sure that a new member, a new business member would want to make sure that other people have the message, have the products that they're trying to sell and produce. So it's just getting out there and getting your message out and networking.
Okay.
And oftentimes, individuals that are new to the area, if they contact the Chamber of Commerce, and they find out what might be available or what is going on, etc. It's a
I
great
think new
way.
employees might call looking for housing.
Yes.
Or maybe if they're looking at a new job, whether, what is there to do in the area and what services are available, I think.
That is correct. I had an opportunity to go on their website. Your website helped me.
www.lawrencecountyohio.org.
Lawrence County, Ohio is
All spelled out.
All spelled out,
one word.
.org.
Mm-hmm.
It really goes in. I don't know who did the website,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very professional.
Jordan Lucas. You know that gentleman?
Mm-hmm. Yes. He's with the Procurement Outreach Center.
He is.
And he has been involved with it, and Ohio University has been involved with it, and it really gives a nice outlay of all the different programs that you're involved with.
And it has the application right there on the website. If a member wants to join the Chamber of Commerce through the internet, they can do that. Just go on our website and they can join, fill out the application right there and do that. So it's very handy for us.
Okay.
Plus, we put all of our new members on there, give them a welcome on the website as well.
I think that's great. Do you have as a matter of fact, you're doing something sort of unique, and that's the Monday morning mix.
It is a Monday morning email that we send out to all of our chamber members. And this is just a tell-all on what's going on in the community. And it gives each of the members of our chamber an opportunity to contribute. So if they have something going on in their business, like an event coming up, or maybe some commendation they've received, some kind of news that they would like to get out, this gives them an opportunity to put this on the Monday morning mix. And it's about a 5 or 6 pager that you can go through, and it tells all that's going on within the Chamber of Commerce.
I think it's well done. Are you responsible for doing it?
I'm afraid so.
Fantastic. Well, it is really well done.
Thank you.
And it's a nice picture of you.
I thought you were going to ask me about amusing stories.
Let's talk about some amusing stories.
Yeah, we've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes for a amusing story. This is, I worked in Logan County, a radio station, WVOW Radio, and there was a community called Big Ugly, close to where we worked in Lincoln County. Well, the story goes, I was working at this radio station, and you never had a chance to really pre-read the stories because you were spinning records. And in between the records, you'd grab the Associated Press wire copy, go in and read it. And I was reading the story. There has been a bank robbery in Logan County, the First National Bank. $60,000 is reported missing, and a big ugly woman is a suspect.
Well, that narrows it down a lot.
That was my major boner in my broadcasting career. They asked me, "Do you realize that you just called that woman a big ugly woman?"
That is good. I can appreciate, I understand what you're
Not
saying.
a woman from Big Ugly. No, she was a big ugly woman.
Okay, so we have 60 seconds. What do we have coming on next week?
We have one of the faculty members here at the University of Rio Grande,
Govinda Karola.
Govinda Karola. Govinda teaches students, the MBA students, different things in the financing. Then we're going to have Christy Welsh back. She's going to be talking about the aquaculture program. And following that, Jerry Driggs with the Endeavor Center. So, Bob, I want to thank you very much for taking your time.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Any final words?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm Patrick.
I'm Jason.
I'm Mike Thompson.
I'm Bob Smith.
Thanks for watching Blog Talk Radio.
Have a great evening.